What's good, everybody? It's your boy Clock Sports, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming out with another banger. You know what I'm saying? So, as you guys know, if you don't know by now, Kevin Durant decided to request a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. You know, I remember when KD signed with that team in 2018, 2019 off season. And I was very excited. I was very excited to see Brooklyn, come to prominence. Even though Brooklyn was already a decent team, this team went to the playoff. They gave Philly a run for their money, 6 games. And Philly ended up winning the series 4-2. But that team, you can tell that team had a lot of grit, lot of players out on that team who were up and coming. You got D'Lo who was doing a great job. You had several players who was been doing a great job. Who was doing a great job. Then when they get KD and Kyrie, I honestly think they were able to compete for it. They right there to compete for a championship. So 2019-2020 season, KD didn't play because he had to rehab his Achilles, but you knew when KD coming back, this team gonna be good, because their core was crazy. They had Spencer Dinwiddie, they had Tayshaun Prince, Jared Allen, Caris LeVert. So they have players that can give you a dub any given night. And that's what was scary about that team. They had players that can really kill you any given night. So 2021 season, KD come back. Let's go back to 2019-2020 season when KD was still rehabbing his Achilles. So when KD was rehabbing his Achilles, there was a lot going on with the team that KD apparently didn't please about that team. They give Kevin Durant and Kyrie full control of the team. Whatever they wanted, they got it. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Atkinson, I believe Kenny Atkinson was doing a good job while he was coaching that team. And Kenny Atkinson went on Kyrie and told Kyrie, hey, man, why don't you pass the ball to the other teammates? You know what I'm saying? Kyrie responds to him like, hey, man, they need to work on their game. But Kenny Atkinson was telling you, Kyrie, you the point guard at that time. You the point guard. You're supposed to pass the ball to your teammate. Whether they're good or not, you got to pass the ball to them. But Kyrie had other plans. Then they didn't like the fact that Jared Allen was starting over DeAndre Jordan. And at that time, I think that was a smart move because DeAndre Jordan was not better than Jared Allen. DeAndre Jordan was not, the type of player that Jared Allen was. A guy that can shoot, a guy that can block shots, grab rebound, do all the dirty work. That was not Jared. That was Jared Allen. DeAndre Jordan couldn't do that no more. DeAndre Jordan was old, and they didn't like that. They went to management and told management that Kenny Atkinson got to go. Then they ended up firing Kenny Atkinson. So they ended up firing Kenny Atkinson. Then they got Steve Nash, and then you remember the quote: "We don't need a coach. We got this. We don't need a coach." And then they end up fired. Then they go in 2021 season. KD trade the whole team, the whole core that was there before him, all traded so they can get James Harden. James Harden only give them 1 season, 1 season and a half, and then say, you know what, man, I'm out of here. This is a team that's not going nowhere. No leadership. no type of leadership whatsoever. Kyrie do whatever you want. So I'm out of here. I came here to win a championship. You know, I came here to contribute 20 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. You know, that was my contribution. That's what I come here to do. But I didn't come here to drop 30 or 40 every night. That was James Harden said, you know, I'm out of here. And you know what happened in this playoff? They got swept. So now KD requested a trade after Brooklyn Nets give this man everything he want. Everything he want. Right now they said he want to trade not Brooklyn. He want to trade to go to Miami or Phoenix. This is two teams who had number one. Who were number one on their conferences. Miami was number one on their conference in the East, and then Phoenix was number one in the West, winning 64 games and losing 18 games. Come on, KD, you gotta do better than this.
Back talking the big news that shook up the NBA offseason. Kevin Durant requesting a trade out of Brooklyn, and it looks like Kyrie's days as a Net are done too. A quick ending to a 3-year stint that led to only one playoff series win. NBA champ Antoine Walker joining us now. Twan, who do you blame for everything that went down in Brooklyn?
This is a tough one. Obviously, I was in shock when I heard the news that KD requested to be that he wanted out. But obviously, when you look at it and you break down the situation, you have to blame the Brooklyn Nets front office and Steve Nash. You know, you look at the situation and how things have really worked out. You have to blame them for one, putting themselves in this position, but also allowing this to take place. If KD's your best player, and obviously KD's been really quiet about Kyrie's negotiation and contract situation, didn't say much and allowed that situation to play out. But I'm pretty sure they knew that KD wanted.
Yo, Antoine Walker, man, I'm gonna stop you right there, bro. I'm not blaming the front office. The front office gave KD and Kyrie everything they want. Everything they want, man. Everything them dudes want. They want Kenny Atkinson to be fired. Done. They wanted DJ to start. Done. They wanted Blake Griffin on the team. Done. They wanted Steve Nash as a coach. Done. Meaning whatever they want. The front office did it. They want Kyrie to come back to play game on the road. KD wanted Kyrie to come back to play game on the road. They did that. They allowed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the front office did everything this dude asked. And then what the front office got back? Got swept in the first round. Got swept in the first round. So, who to blame? I blame them both. KD and Kyrie. Because they are the reason why Brooklyn Nets on this wherever they are right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is who you got to blame. You can't blame front office. I'm not blaming front office. I'm not blaming Steve Nash. No. These dudes deserve to be blamed. They deserve to get cooked. They deserve to get barbecued. They deserve, KD and Kyrie deserve to be put on the grill. Simple as that. You cannot tell me Steve Nash and the front office is the one to blame. No, I disagree. Because the front office gave these dudes everything they want. They want to trade the whole team for James Harden. They did it. The front office allowed it. They greenlighted. They want Kenny Atkinson to be fired. Done. They want this person to be Bruce Brown to resign. Done. Whatever they wanted, they got. And you still got swept. They want James Harden. They want James Harden. They want James Harden to be traded. They trade James Harden. They got Ben Simmons. And you still got bro. No. And right now, and I don't blame Brooklyn Nets to take ownership back. Take the ownership back because it doesn't make no sense, bro. You're doing all of this and then you still got swept. You got swept. You only won one series. And the fact that KD decided to ask for a trade, that's telling me everything about KD. That's telling me everything about KD. Once again, what has he done since leaving Golden State, since before he joined Golden State and after? That meant now he want to go to go play for the Phoenix Sun. Bro, even if let's say somehow, some way, he go to the Phoenix Sun, he got traded there, and then they won a championship. This championship will not move no needle. It's not. I'm gonna tell you why it's not gonna move no needle if you go to the Sun and he won a championship. You still got Chris Paul. You still got D Book. This team was relevant before you got there. This team went to a final a year prior before you got there. This team won 64 games and lose 18 before you got there. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be another stack the deck. If the deck don't stack for KD, if the deck don't stack for LeBron, these dudes do not win championships. They cannot win no championships if the deck don't stack. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, man, miss me with that. Like I said, if somehow, some way he got this wish and he get to the Suns, once again, the West already stacked. The possibility that he carry that team to the final is one in a million, because the team in the West is stacked. You got to face Golden State 4 times. You got to face Dallas 4 times. You got to face Utah 4 times. And Denver, when they got Murray and Porter, when they come back, they're going to be nice. Then you got to face Clippers 4 times. Yeah. KD think it's going to be sweet in the West. He's not. It's not going to be sweet in the West. You only got to worry about 3 teams in the East you're running. What are you running for, KD? You've been running all your life. When you going to stop running? When you going to stop running and stand on your nuts, man? Stand on your own nuts. All you want to do is hop on something I already built to win championship. Stacking the deck. If the deck don't stack, KD not winning no championships. Man.
Kyrie with him. And the fact you didn't make that happen, obviously you got to be to blame about that situation. At this point, you got KD, you got 4 years left. They want Kyrie. I think it could have been a deal worked out where you could have made both sides happy. And I'm not sure. Obviously, I wasn't in the room. I don't know what was on the table. Maybe more guaranteed years. But at whatever cost of your star player, KD, who's pretty much committed, obviously he's committed to you and has done everything you've asked him to do as a player, wants Kyrie with him, and that's what they started with. You got to make that happen, and at all costs. And I know they didn't want to do the full max and didn't want to put themselves in that position, but it was probably something they could have done to kind of smooth their way to get Kyrie to come in and want to play, and they didn't make that happen. And then also I look at Steve Nash. I think the style of play, I think the Mike D'Antoni signing as the assistant coach hurt them. I know, Nick, I know it's petty and you may think I'm reaching right here, but I think not playing DeAndre Jordan early when they signed him, he was part of that package deal. They wanted they signed all 3 of those guys they signed together.
summer, make memories that last a lifetime with those who matter the most. They've got fresh ingredients.
KD,
Yeah, you're right.
Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, all those guys.
Bro, they didn't play DJ, man, because DJ was not better than Jared Allen. Everybody know that. DJ was not better than Jared Allen. Jared Allen was 10 times better than that man. Jared Allen was doing way more. Blocking shots, get rebound, doing a lot of stuff. DJ was done. DJ was done, man.
Time together, I just think the style of play personnel was not what those guys signed up for. I think Steve Nash, being his first year coaching, he went with a guy that he trusted, who he played for in D'Antoni, and it kind of screwed things up on the court as well. Obviously, injuries and COVID and all that stuff kicked in too, but I think all that stuff played a part that ultimately wanted KD deciding to want to get out of there.
So, listen, when you have the biggest organizational failure in NBA history, there's going to be a lot of culpability to hand around. And let me make this clear. Kyrie burned the house down. Kyrie was the arsonist here. However, Kyrie burned the house down, bro. But Steve Nash gave him the gas can and the matches by empowering him from the very beginning. Sean Marks, when Kyrie was walking around saying, "I'll burn this place down," Sean Marks said, "I dare you to do it. I dare you. You won't do it." There's like, "Okay, I will do it." And then, now that the house is burnt down and it's messed up for Steve Nash, messed up for Sean Marks, I would imagine somebody's going to be like, "Hey, who invited Kyrie over and vouched for him and said he only used to burn houses down?" And that's Kevin Durant. So,
No, if you're looking at Kyrie is another guy. Since he left LeBron, what has he done, man? He has not done anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he asked to be traded to Boston. He got there, 2017, 2018. The team went to the Eastern Conference without you. The following year, when you come back, you went to the second round and then got smoked by Giannis. You know what I'm saying? The team had a lot of expectation. Then no expectation. But as soon as you left, the team become better without you. Once again, everywhere Kyrie go, when he leave, the team get better without him. This is not me saying it, it's a fact.
yes, Kyrie Irving was the...
And also, Kyrie's not no leader either. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no leader. You know, that situation in Boston, he should stick in Boston. If you ask me, he should have stayed in Boston. You know, these two dudes are too good to not having their own team. Kyrie should have his own team, and KD should have his own team. You know what I'm saying? Like, then the NBA would have been a little bit more balanced. I mean, when you got these whole ass KD, all he want to do is stack in the deck just to win. Like, bro, even if you go to the Suns, you win a championship, it still don't move no needle for me. I'm still gonna say, if the deck don't stack, you don't win. If you go to Miami, you're able to win another championship. I'm gonna say the same thing. This team was relevant before you got there. It was relevant before you got there. You could have, listen, man, a lot of people want to criticize Giannis. I saw a lot of people would criticize Giannis, man, but Giannis have done the most with less. Giannis accomplished with the more with less. Giannis last year championship, Giannis didn't have no Kyrie on his roster. He didn't have no James Harden on his roster. He didn't have no top 10 talent on his roster. He was the top 5 talent. He was the top 10 talent, and then he got the job done. He didn't run away. He didn't pack his bag and say, "You know what, trade me. I want to get out of here." No, he stuck through and get it done. And that's something bitch ass, hoe ass, lame ass, weak ass KD have never done, man. That's something he never done.
Start and I believe the end of this. But Steve Nash could have taken control from the very beginning and didn't do it. This is a different story if the moment Kyrie does that podcast where he's like, we don't really have a coach. I'm a coach, you're a coach, Steve's a coach. If Steve Nash...
We all remember that.
I want to make something very clear. I'm the coach. You are the player. Steve Nash, that's not who he is. Not going to do it. If Sean Marks realized we have given Kyrie free reign over everything, said we only want full-time players, and then folded our hand on that, and that right now, all of a sudden, telling him now we're drawing a hard line could